You watched The Dark Crystal yet? Finished it?
Yes. Yeah. I actually didn't appreciate what we were raving about last week. And I knew it was good, but whoa! It gets better. I think I was only on like episode 3 or something.
Yeah.
So the stuff hadn't started happening at that point.
Stuff happens.
Yeah. It's proper epic story. It's amazing. It's Lord of the Rings levels of awesome.
Yeah, it's sort of, I don't know how you characterise it, but it's that sort of Java update available.
Java update kind of thing.
Yeah, it is that epic Lord of the Rings feel with the potential expanse of, I don't know, something like Game of Thrones maybe.
Thankfully not. That much like Game of Thrones. But yeah.
It's a bit more political than Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Because you've got the Chamberlain, he's almost Frank Underwood type character, isn't he?
You've got a bit of political stuff in Lord of the Rings, a little bit. I think maybe it's papered over a bit in the movies.
Yeah,
to
maybe.
just
he's
a
king.
bad guy.
The king. Oh, you must be the king. I don't want to be the king, but you must be the king.
Oh, okay. Be the king, never. Be the king, never. Be the king. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, Dark Crystal is amazing.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah. It is the best thing on Netflix.
It is.
Yeah.
They really, really hit the mark, didn't they?
Yeah. It must have cost a fortune.
Yeah. I'm sure it's the most expensive thing they've done.
Must be. Easily, yeah. And yeah, it's the best thing they've done.
Watched John Wick 3 last weekend. You a big fan of the John Wick films?
Oh, I haven't seen any of them.
Haven't you?
Well, Ted is Ted. So he shouldn't be in other films. And if he's in other films, he's just Ted. And in The Matrix, he's definitely Ted. He even goes, whoa, at one point. But in John Wick, apparently he isn't Ted, so I don't accept that.
Yeah, it's sort of a funny thing. I mean, after the 80s, action films just went pants.
Yeah, action movie is now a dirty word.
Yeah. But actually, John Wick is an action movie that's pretty good, I find.
Cool.
They push in number 2. They push the edge a bit. Like how Pirates of the Caribbean in the second season went a bit. Whoa, hang on, we're going a bit too far into the pirate mythology here.
Yeah, it's too boring. Yeah.
There's a bit of that going on, but I actually like that, and I actually liked it in Pirates of the Caribbean. I actually preferred.
Oh, you like the sequels?
I didn't mind the sequels at all. I thought the.
Well, they did have Keith Richards in it. That was quite funny.
But yeah, it does. It goes a bit like that in the second season. They sort of like, as they expand the world, it gets a bit more. This is a bit.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Is it a series?
There's three films.
Oh, it's filmed, yeah.
And they've left it so there's going to be a fourth.
Right.
And the big change of it is Keanu Reeves actually doing the choreographed fight work. So there's normally when you watch a Jason Statham movie.
Oh yeah, he goes.
And you get a cut between each move. There's none of that. It's sort of like he's drilled it down, so he's absolutely nailed it. And you got to remember, Keanu Reeves is quite old now, and he does look a little bit old in this. He's sort of like he seems a bit stiff and that. But the camera stays on him.
He's only about 50, isn't he? Or is he older than that?
No, he's only about 50.
Oh, we're 41.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go flipping do an action movie, am I?
Yeah, but it doesn't count as being old if we're that old.
Don't push my buttons, Kev. I can just imagine going on a rampage now.
I'm not old, I am young.
You abused my dog on Twitter. I'll get you. So the real innovation is sort of it's choreographed, and the guy's doing the actual moves.
Right. Yeah. It's actually him. Yeah.
It's actually him
doing. Well, he
did
in the Matrix, didn't he? So he is a judo expert. Judo chop.
I think he's quite dedicated to getting it right.
I know it's kung fu. Just to clarify, I know it's not judo. I did actually used to do judo. Whoa. It was a joke. Judo chop.
I know kung fu. But yeah, it's great. It's sort of like the shit hits the fan and lots of people die. Loads of action, non-stop action basically. And then it leaves it open for the next episode, which would be pretty cool.
I'm the same about Matrix that you as with Pirates of the Caribbean. I think I've discovered much more so than anyone else. I think the first Matrix movie is fantastic. The prequels don't do anything for me.
The prequels?
The sequels.
The sequels.
The sequels. The two sequels of the Matrix I think they're terrible. It's just random rubbish. It's just nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
Terrible.
I love it. I do.
I know. I thought everyone thought they were terrible, and it's not true. Everyone thinks they're fantastic.
Is that true? I know. I think the way they opened it up in the second and third one was really clever. I thought, flipping it, okay, no, it makes sense. You have to work at it to figure it out.
I mean, the only I liked coming out of the second movie and then thinking about what the architect is. The architect. What he just said.
I love that scene. I just love that scene.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But then once I'd actually heard it again, and okay, I get it. That's that then. and it's baddies versus goodies and stuff.
Name a film like that isn't baddies versus goodies.
Well, yeah, I'm not suggesting we shouldn't have baddies versus goodies. It's got to be more like Star Trek. They should be standing around talking slowly about politics and ethics.
Well, you could imagine, at the beginning, I know how this is going to pan out. These AI baddies are going to be super bad. They're going to get very close to wiping out the humans, but then they're going to find a flaw in the software or something like that. And if they can just inject this virus, like the Independence Day, if they can just inject this virus into the thing, and Neo's going to go and do that and inject this virus, and then just going to save the humanity in the nick of time, and all the robots are going to go, and everything's going to be good. But it wasn't like that.
No, that's true.
It wasn't like that. It was sort of like, okay.
It turned out the bug. I can't.
Smith.
The bug in the program wasn't their virus they had, was it? The bug in the program was Agent Smith and him. That's what always happens, and it's happened many, many, many times, and they haven't figured out how to solve it yet. So they have to keep letting human beings.
No, they broke the cycle, didn't they? Because he came and sacrificed himself.
Yes.
To get rid of Smith, the program called Smith, which had gone awry.
Yeah.
And there was a truce.
Yeah, but that's keeps happening. So there's a truce, and then they try and live with the humans. They can't live with the humans, and they make them batteries again.
Is that true? I thought.
I bear in mind I don't even like the movies. So
I don't think that's true. I think the point of the movie was they actually broke the cycle.
So a fourth Matrix is going to be very difficult, if that's true.
Well, yeah, because he's dead. Who's going to?
It's Matrix Revolutions. It's supposed to have happened many, many times, isn't it? But you're saying this time was different. This
time was different. So normally, what they do is they let Zion was the overflow cities that handled the anomaly. Not everyone could accept the program.
The planet core.
So they went to Zion, and they let that build up for so long, and then the role of the One came along, and his job was to reset the program. So they get rid of Zion, and I'm trying to think because Trinity's in there somewhere, isn't it? Because that's the point of the architect. That's the point of the architect, isn't it? You've got to make a choice now.
He has to tell him to choose. Yeah.
He tells him to choose, and I can always see. So the point was that they actually always reset.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but this time they didn't actually reset. Zion's still alive at the end.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because the last scene is the architect and the Oracle.
Yeah.
Saying this time maybe it'll be okay, kind of thing, or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you're right. It's actually been a long time since I've watched them.
Yeah, I mean, a fourth Matrix movie, really, but actually, it's probably long enough to go back and watch them again.
Yeah.
Because it was a DVD movie, wasn't it? I mean, I was really lucky. Saw it at the cinema, didn't know what it was. Which is an incredibly lucky thing to do. You think about it. That happens to be red pill or blue pill. What's this about? I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember there wasn't much hype about it before it came out. I mean, there was a certain excitement when you saw the trailer of the mirror and stuff like that, and everyone was like, no one really knew what it was about. And it was in the middle of, didn't we have the Star Wars run and the Lord of the Rings run and the Matrix run?
Yeah.
All around about the same time.
Yeah, that summer. We're not going to talk about Star Wars. That summer was Phantom Menace. And what it was everyone was waiting for Phantom Menace. What's it like? What's Phantom Menace like? Yeah, forget that. Ignore that. Matrix. Watch the Matrix. It's amazing. And Lord of the Rings was like a year later, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it was a pretty good time for cinema, that was. Massive franchises.
Well, Like, it was a very, very bad time for cinema and a very good time for cinema. I assume Harry Potter was the same time. There was the sort of thing of Harry Potter. That's like Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Oh God, what a waste of time that was.
My daughter, right? She's a real bookworm. It's almost embarrassing that at school her class have a number of words read, total number of words. I can't remember what it was, 150,000, say. I can't remember. And it turned out it was for half term. It turned out 50% of those words were her. It's just embarrassing. So she reads and reads, and she likes sort of Percy Jackson and all that stuff, you know. She loves Harry Potter. She's got all the movies on SD cards. And Harry Potter memorabilia. The house is full of Harry Potter crap, right? She hasn't read the books.
Have you bought her the books?
Well, we've already got the books. My wife has the books anyway.
Oh, you definitely.
So, what? How can that be? She reads all this stuff, but not Harry Potter. She says, "Oh, I tried it. It was boring." What?
I haven't even tried. I think Sarah's read them. I haven't even tried.
Well, they must be good.
Yeah.
They are supposed to. I mean, she's supposed to be a very good writer. You know, bear in mind, if you compare it to like C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is a terrible writer. Now, some people will be shocked by that, but if you go back and actually read these books, it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
dear reader,
we're going down a different thing here, but I was thinking about it this morning. Actually, Christopher Hitchens, you know, he's got this massive reputation as an essayist. I actually think he was a pretty.
So they're not that good.
Well, no, I think the problem was, I mean, he was a guy who liked to quote Orwell, yeah?
Yeah.
And Orwell wrote, you know, if you're using a long word when you can use a shorter word, you're doing it wrong, sort of thing. Yeah. And that was the problem with Hitchens. You sort of, was it The End of Faith or whatever? Or the God book he wrote against...
I can't remember, yeah.
It was long. It was sort of rambling.
Wordy.
There was no natural breaks. It was hard work to get through. Like, oh, this guy's supposed to be a great writer, you know. But if you look at Orwell's writing, it's incredibly readable.
Yeah.
Big, strong ideas,
it will
controversial ideas, revolutionary ideas, and it's incredibly easy to read.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm sure, what J.K. Rowling's got. You know, she because she's writing for kids.
Yeah, and adults can enjoy it because it's well written. Because it's so well written, kids will like it as well.
Yeah. But yeah, C.S. Lewis, I think, probably suffers from a similar thing.
Awful. Dear reader. It talks to the reader, then that's just terrible. It's terrible.
What's the literature equivalent of breaking the fourth wall?
Fourth wall? Well, they can't call it that, can they? No. Jumping out the book.
Yeah, we're not very literary, are we?
No, we're not. I only read biographies.
You can tell we sort of grew up in the 80s. Films, music, computer games.
Philistines. We found books later, though.
I do. I mean, I read.
I'm sure you read more than me.
I read daily, but
I read on the bog. Basically, that's the only time I get to read.
Well, I got a Medium subscription, and it gives you a daily read of blog posts and stuff on Medium content. Content.
Yeah. I don't mean.
I read that. Yeah. Books and stuff. I do try, but it's very difficult to find time these days. What I would like is to turn this room into a reading room.
A library,
but then we wouldn't have
anywhere to do our
videos, or have food when people come.
Oh, it is a dining room. It could be both. It could be the library dining room. You know, you could make it all wooden. It could look awesome and retro, like sort of Sherlock Holmes kind of. What would you call that? Holmesian.
Yeah.
You know, Victorian or something. Because you've already got all these wooden panels. If you
crap though.
Yeah, but if you change them to dark wood colour, that'll make such a difference. And then, although the wallpaper's old school, you don't have to take it down. You can just cover it with bookshelves.
But at the end of the day, we need a table in here. I mean, this table's not big enough for when people do come. Probably need a bigger table in here.
Oh, that's tricky. Yeah, that is tricky.
I mean, I've already overtaken it a bit. I've got DVDs there.
Yeah.
Records there.
Record player there.
We need, basically, we need more rooms. There's only two of us. A 3-bedroom house, and I feel like I haven't got enough room.
That's just whatever you got, you fill it.
Yeah,
basically that's just the way it goes. I mean, but, we've got there's 5 of us, kind of the same size house, but with a converted garage, 3 bedrooms, and I've got like 50 computers. I think there's 43 retro computers, and the guitars and the CDs as well. And my wife has got all her stuff as well, and the house is full of toys. So you just whatever you got, you fill it.
How long have you lived at that house now, Kev?
2003.
So you're 15 years in, pretty much.
Yeah.
Bit more.
Yeah, 9 years left of the mortgage.
That's pretty
very
good.
Old, but also exciting.
That would be exciting.
Cruises and things. That's what's going to happen. When we have the money, we're going to spend it.